How's it going, everybody? I've been asked a few times to do my take on a get home bag, and today that's what we're going to cover. Now, first off, my philosophy on a get home bag is going to be different than a lot of people. I think a lot of people focus on the wrong things. They focus on too much what ifs, and not enough what might. Now, to me, the difference in a what if is, what if a meteorite strikes Earth? What if, the zombie apocalypse happens? But what might happen is, might be civil unrest. It might be something, might is just a little bit more believable. Too many what ifs, not enough what mights. So, anyway, my philosophy on it is lighter, faster. My job with a get home bag is to get home. My job with a get home bag is not to survive out in the wilderness for days and days and days. It'll be the best ever. It's tremendous. No, my job is to get home. That's why it's called a get home bag. It's not called I'm going to live like freaking Rambo in the caves for 6 weeks while, I'm waiting for things to blow over. That's not what it's about. My job with a get home bag is to get home. So with that being said, I have a very minimalist design, very minimalist pack. This is my winter pack. My summer pack would actually even be less. I've got spare clothes in here I would not have in a summer pack. It's just, I see no reason for it. Now, another thing about my get home bag, I, at most, am about 50 miles away from home at any given time. My job is about 50 miles away, so I got roughly a 50-mile commute, and that is traveling by road, not cross country. Cross country, it's like 30-something miles. But you're still talking, 50 miles. Now, if you're traveling further, you might need more. For me, I know that because I'm a hiker, because I'm a backpacker, I know I can do 10 to 15 miles a day with no problem. And that's just regular enjoying hiking. If I need to bump that up, I could probably bump that up somewhere around 17, maybe 20, but I'm going to be really sore. So on average, let's call it a 10 to 15 mile. So at 15 miles, I need 15, 30, 45. I need 3 and a partial days. If I do it at 10 miles, which I will make more than that, but if I did it at 10, you're talking 5 days max. So that's all I need to survive for is 5 days. I'm not living out in the wilderness. I'm not going to stay gone forever. My job is to get home. So with all of that out of the way, let's jump inside and see what I've got in the pack. You see, right now I don't have any water in the pack. I carry water in my truck, so I would fill up my canteen, I'd fill up my water can before I took off. The bag is just a very simple military surplus Russian bag. It's cheap. It doesn't look super tactical when you look at it. It's made out of heavy duty materials, and I've actually waxed it and made it waterproof. So I mean, it's a pretty neat little bag. And it doesn't scream, "Oh my God, he's a survivalist." First thing in the pack. There we go. A little bit of polycro. I use this as a ground sheet. I can kneel on this, lay on this, whatever, wet ground. It's super tough, weighs next to nothing. Boom, there you go. So in my outside pack, or outside pocket of the pack, I've got the polycro so I can get down on the ground without getting wet. I can lay all my gear out and not worry about it. Just stretch this out, boom, good to go. Life straw. I use a life straw with this setup because I have the Nalgene bottle. This fits inside the Nalgene bottle. I can drink all the way down, inexpensive. I can also carry water in my canteen, fill up this, and then drink out of it. So, life straw. Spare flashlight. This is just a cheap Walmart one. This is my everyday carry flashlight. So, I've actually got a spare flashlight in case I need it. This is an emergency sleeping bag. I will use this in conjunction with the sleeping bag I've got in here to help me stay warmer. I'll get to that in a minute. Matches, waterproof container. Lighter as a backup. And I've got one wet fire starter. These things are amazing. It doesn't take much, either one match or this. It'll light. It's like a SBIT tablet. It'll last a really long time. It'll get you a fire going, so I can stay warm if I need to. That's everything in the outside pocket. Next, we kind of already talked about it. I got 32-ounce Nalgene bottle used in conjunction with this. I've also got surplus cook kit and canteen all in one. Canteen for drinking. I can fill this up with water, have extra water with me. I can fill this up with water. I can cook in this, whatever I need to do. And the same for this. And all of this stacks together, makes one unit. Super simple. Boom. Goes back in its pouch. I believe that's called the Russian Special Forces Canteen or something like that. I don't remember the exact name of it, but I like it because it does all fit together and it gives you so many options. So we'll just go ahead and dive into the bag now. That's everything on the outside except my sleeping pad. I'll get to that in a minute. First thing inside, Gore-Tex rain jacket. I hike with a jacket and in shorts usually, so I don't mind my legs getting wet even in the winter time. I cross creeks in the winter, whatever I've got to do. So usually I've got on shorts and leggings for hiking. I'm used to my lower body getting wet, but I need to keep my core as warm as possible. So just a coat. Gore-Tex works great. Fairly lightweight. Next is my shelter. I am using for my shelter because I'm going to be out. Remember, 3 to 5 days. I need a way to stay dry. I need a way to stay warm. And I need a way to keep all of my stuff and me as safe as possible. I use the Outdoor Research Helium Bivy. I've got a video on this where I review it. You can go back and watch it. Super simple to set up. It weighs 1 pound. It'll hold me and all of this in it with no problem. So when I get to where I'm going to stop for the night, after I'm done hiking, after I'm done trying to get home, I'll lay out the polycro. I'll lay out my bivy. Inside the bivy, I will put my Thermarest Z-pad here. This is a closed cell foam pad. I stretch this out inside. I lay on this. Now, it's not for comfort. It helps, but this isn't for comfort. You have to think about how you're going to stay warm when you're having an emergency situation where you have to get home. You will die from hypothermia long before you die from starving to death, long before you die of just about anything. Hypothermia will kill you first. If you lay down inside a bivy, which is just, a nylon type material, straight on cold ground, the cold ground is going to rob the heat from you. So you need something inside to keep you insulated from the cold of the ground. It does give you a little bit of padding It's not much, but the main thing is that it keeps you insulated. You don't get cold from the ground. That's what you need to stay alive. So it's super lightweight. This one's actually even cut down to where it just covers from my shoulders to a little bit past my hips. Once again, my job's to get home. My job's not to be comfortable. I got to get in, go as many miles as I can, go to sleep, get as many miles as I can, go to sleep. It needs to be minimal and it needs to be fast. This is quick. This is quick. So inside this, to help stay warm, I've got food. I'll cover that in a second. My sleeping bag. My sleeping bag is in a waterproof stuff sack, just in case anything else gets wet. The bivy, it doesn't matter if it gets wet. This would matter if it gets wet. So inside, I've just got your surplus military from the Army green sleeping bag. I think it's like a 45-degree bag. So because of the fact that it's not a very warm bag, it's more of a summer bag, that's why I got this. This is a Mylar, heavy-duty Mylar reinforced like emergency blanket sleeping bag. This will go inside this. This will trap my body heat. This will give me extra heat. So the sleep system would be bivy, pad, sleeping bag with sleeping bag inside of it. And that will keep me warm. Once again, all I got to do is keep from getting hypothermia and warm enough to get some sleep. I don't need to be in there super comfortable all through the night. You know, if I get a cold spot and it wakes me up, I get a cold spot and it wakes me up. My job is to get home. My job is to get home. Your job with a get home bag is to get home. Nice, waterproof, ready to go. So then down in the bottom, I got just a very lightweight little shamog or piece of clothing I can wrap around my neck if I need to give me some extra warmth. If I need some sunshade, I can put it underneath my hat and have it to give me some shade, keep from getting sunburnt, whatever the case might be. Is I need to signal somebody. It's multi-use. Worst case scenario, toilet paper. First aid kit, including toilet paper. I got some aspirins in here. I got some duct tape. I got some athletic tape. I've got a tourniquet. I've got gauze. I got a toothbrush, toothpaste. Super lightweight, super quick. Once again, I'm not trying to get in gunfights. I'm not trying to beat all of the crazed zombie marauders. I'm trying to get home. I just need something in case I get a boo-boo. This will do it. Hopefully I don't ever need to use the tourniquet, but if I do, it's there. Also, I really like the SWAT tees for multi-use. Number one, the SWAT tee can be used as a tourniquet. Number two, it can be used as a tourniquet on children where a normal cat tee cannot, because it can't tighten up around their leg, their arm good enough. Also, these can be used for animals. Lastly, you can actually use these as braces or like a splint material. I was hiking last year, kind of hyperextended my knee, and I took this out and I wrapped my knee with it, and I finished another 7 miles with my knee wrapped with the SWAT tee. Works really good. Now, this is where I would end in my summer setup. My summer setup, I'm done. That's it. Other than food, which we'll go over food last. But this would be all of my summer. The difference in summer and winter is this right here. I've got a hat that I made, nice wool cap, keep me warm, covers my ears. Combine that here, if I need to, that with my jacket, plus my normal jacket that I would already have on. If it's wintertime, I'm gonna have a jacket with me. This is just the bag. So, a polypro top, and polypro bottoms. And lastly, set of gloves. That's everything in the bag and to do with the bag. Now, once again, I'm trying to get home. That's the job of a get home bag, is to get home. I want to be as minimalist and as fast and as light as possible. Speed is going to be one of the most important things in a get home setup. You're trying to get home. Lastly, for food, once again, 3 to 5 days is it. I am carrying a little can of Spam. It's kind of heavy, but it's easy to open, full of protein. I've got butter and herb Knorrs, these little Knorr dinners. They are loaded in carbs, unfortunately, but that's also kind of what you want when you're on the trail. So I mean, I wouldn't eat these daily, but you just throw in some boiling water, let them set, and you're done. So I get a fire going, I can put my water to boil, pour it directly into the bag, eat out of the bag. I can pour this into one of those pots and cook that over the fire, or I can cold soak it. It's not ideal because it's kind of gross to eat these cold, but I can do that. I can take this, pour it and the water into one of those pans, let it set a few hours, not even a few hours, just 30 minutes later, whatever, I can eat it. Just cold soak it. I said I've got a couple of those. This one's chicken flavored fried rice. These are all really good. 2 packages of tuna fish, 2 packages of coffee. Now, before everyone goes, that's not enough carbs, that's not enough calories, you got to keep your body going. Oh my gosh, you're gonna die, you're gonna get so hungry. Look, folks, have you ever fasted before? I have fasted 48 hours. Not that hard. I have also fasted, and during that time went and worked out at the gym. Still was able to perform. The average person in America probably has enough calories and enough carbs to last them to where they can get by with a minimal amount of food. For 3 days, a package of tuna fish in the morning, Knorrs at dinner. I've ate twice, plus I've got the Spam I could split up, or I could eat the Spam all one day. I mean, it's just that you don't need a lot. Speed and agility is going to be more important if you're trying to get home. Now, a bug out bag, totally different. Bug out bag is going to be huge. You're going to have 3 times the amount of everything because you're having to live out of it for an extended period of time. You're not going somewhere to resupply generally with a bug out bag unless you have a bug out location that you're headed to. So for me, a get home bag is I am trying to get home. Now, there are some caveats and some stuff that I will change on this as well. This is a normal what might happen bag, okay? Now, let's say, for example, that there's a lot of civil unrest happening in my area, and I know that there's a chance of protests, that there's a chance of roadblocks, something along those lines. I will augment this with maybe some extra ammo, maybe, some extra ammo for my concealed carry, maybe an extra magazine, something to that effect, but I'm not going to augment it a whole bunch. Now, let's say we are several weeks into a depression / economic instability and people are getting crazy and things are getting progressively worse, then I will add as things get worse. I might start out with just 1 or 2 extra mags for my pistol, and then I might switch to, okay, maybe I'm needing to start carrying my rifle now, and then I'll have it, and then, okay, maybe I need to carry a little bit more extra ammo for my rifle. Okay, well, now we're way past that. Now I might need to be looking at carrying my plates. Then I'll start carrying my plates. But to get to there, that is a big difference. That is not normal everyday stuff where I live. Now, if I lived in Detroit, I might start out there. Or if I lived somewhere with extremely high crime, I might start out there. I live in the middle of nowhere in Arkansas. I mean, I live in a very safe area. I've got very low crime. I'm surrounded by national forest. You know, I'm very lucky to an extent, but at the same time, I plan to be that way. I plan to be next to the woods in a low density area, low population density, low crime. That was what I was looking for when I decided to build my life. So anyway, I just thought I would share with you my get home bag, my philosophy behind the get home bag, and yeah, there you go. So that is my current get home bag for 2021 right now. It will change a little bit in the summertime. Like I said, I'll remove some of the clothes. That's it. It's not that much of a weight difference, not that much of a size difference. All of this stuff is easily accessible. You can buy all of this. It's not expensive. A inexpensive sleeping bag, the Gore-Tex jacket, or the outdoor research is the most expensive items. And it doesn't have to be a Gore-Tex. You could get a Frog Togs and it would work just as well. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Be safe. I want you guys to think about what is it that you're really trying to accomplish with the get home bag. You know, think about what is most likely to happen for you and adjust your bag for you. If you live in Alaska, my bag's not going to work for you. You know, you're going to freeze to death with the stuff I've got if you live in Alaska. If you live down in South Florida, this might be too much for you. You might not need some of the stuff I've got. So think about what you need for your area and make the bag work for you. For me, in rural Arkansas, in the middle of nowhere, where I've got to travel at most 50 miles, this will get me there. Thank you for watching. If you're not already a member on Patreon, please come over to the Patreon, man. I'm not getting money from YouTube. I don't get paid to do any of these reviews. The only money I make is through Patreon. I got tons of benefits for the folks that are Patreon members. We've got a Discord server where we talk all the time. You get exclusive content only on Patreon. That's only for you guys. I've got a video on my Glock 34 build that's only on Patreon right now. Come over and join it. It's $1 a month at the least. And if you get $1 a month worth of use out of me, come on, join up. I want to say thank you to my Patreon supporters. I appreciate you guys, I really do. And next time you need to get home, now you know how. Remember to click like, subscribe, the little bell notification, put something down in the comments, whatever you can do. Anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Until next time, we'll see you later.